All right, let's go back to Northern Michigan. Can you provide a scouting report of what Robert Saleh was like as a tight end?
You know, I was one of the old school blocking tight ends, but you know, it's funny. You know, I've played tight end obviously, and my college coach is actually going to be here this weekend, so it'd probably be a better question for him. But I like to think I was all right.
So before the game, you run the steps. Everybody knows that by now. Have you always done that, going back to your starting coaching?
Yeah, I've been doing it since I was a GA at Michigan State, and you know, just feel like I got to get a workout in and just kind of burn off some steam. And then now as a head coach, it's really as you go through there, it's just a way to calm my mind to kind of go through every situation that can pop up. What do I want to do on fourth down when we're in these areas? Do we want to go for it? Whatever it might be. Do we want to fake in these situations? But it's probably the calmest point where I can do that.
Do you wake up with the energy?
Yeah.
All the time? How many hours of sleep do you need?
I don't know. You know, coaching, it's you don't get much sleep. Your mind's always racing. But every morning you wake up, you know it's going to be a great day, and you just got to hit the ground running and get to work.
It was a great day in Houston. You got the win, but how great was that formula? Dominating inside the trenches. You run for nearly 160 yards. You get 5 sacks. You're constantly creating havoc up front.
Yeah, you know what? There's an old saying in football that there's 3 things that travel regardless of venue, weather, road, home, it doesn't matter. You pack your special teams, you pack your run game, you pack your defense. You take those with you everywhere. And those are the 3 most consistent aspects of every football team. And we went on the road, our run game was rocking, defense played its butt off, special teams, we were able to block a punt. You know, so there was a really cool formula on how to be consistent in this league and win consistently, because regardless of venue, like I said, when those 3 things are working, you'll be hard to beat.
How about the situational football, especially at the end of the half? You get points, then you get the ball at the start of the third quarter, you go right down the field and get points again.
Yeah, there's always that discussion, right, of do you want to take the ball when you win the toss, or do you want to defer so you get the ball to start the second half? And, you know, we won the toss, we deferred, and it worked out perfect. Offense scored right before the end of the half. Defense stood up with a stop at 2 minutes. Almost got a chance with that blocked punt at the end of the first half where we could have lapped them, you know, double lapped them. But, you know, we got the ball to start the second half. Offense goes right down the field. And so you look at that sequence, it was 14-3. We're struggling. Defense is starting to put together a couple of good series, but the offense is struggling. And we get that nice long drive to end the half to get to cut it to 14-11. And then we get the ball to start the second half, and boom, it's 18-14, just like that.
What about the decision to go for the 2-pointer there early? Because there's 2 schools of thought. And obviously, you guys had a good play, and Josh took advantage.
Yeah, you know what? I prefer knowing. You know, it's either we're going to need a touchdown anyway and a 2-point conversion. You know, at that moment in the game, it didn't look like there was going to be a lot of points scored. So felt like, hey, we're going to be down here. I don't know how many times we're going to be down here, even though it was at the end of the first half. It just looked like it was going to be a defensive struggle, and felt like getting that point at that time in the game was necessary.
Did you have a sense during the week that John Franklin Myers was going to be in for a big game? And then you promote a guy that a lot of Jets fans might not be familiar with, in Austin Walter on Saturday, and he shows up big.
Yeah, you know, JFM, you know, I always mess with him. Too much given, much expected. And he's been battling some things with injury, and he's starting to get a little bit healthy. And obviously, he showed up to play like he has, like he has been. He shows up to work every day. He gives everything he's got. Obviously, you know, everything worked out the way he was hoping for on Sunday, and he had himself a heck of a game. And as for Austin, even throughout training camp, you know, he showed a lot of cool things. He got hurt, had to go on IR. We had the opportunity to bring him back on practice squad, which was a no-brainer for us. And he's out there just working and working and working. And with Michael going down, we thought it'd be a really cool opportunity for him to get up, and he earned the right to get onto that football field and get the ball. And it just seemed like every time he touched it, he was making something happen. And he's earned the right for more playing time.
This game is going to mean a lot to Elijah Riley. Obviously, played on Philadelphia's practice squad not only last season but this season. What have you seen from him the last couple games, because it's not an easy situation, but he continues to pop.
He's very smart. He's a very intelligent young man, and he sees the game very well. So he plays with a lot of patience, but at the same time, when he triggers, he is fast when he triggers. You call it, he's got a hair trigger in him. So he's a student of the game. He's constantly studying. He's a phenomenal communicator, pre-snap and post-snap. My encouragement to him is just keep the main thing the main thing. I get you're playing your old team, but it doesn't change the fact that you still have to operate and do your best, and take it moment to moment and trust that the results will take care of itself.
My cause, my cleats this weekend. What is the story behind your shoes?
So my beautiful wife, Sanat, she has a charity for sexually abused children. So I'm wearing those shoes in support for her and her cause, and always have her back on that.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.